Hello, welcome to Full Steam, my project where I'm playing through every game in my Steam library in random order to finally get through my backlog, replay some old games I haven't played before. I've been at it since January 1st, so 10 weeks now. I'm into the 70s for the numbers of games I've played, and most of them I think have been new to me, which has been great. Today's game is another one that's new to me. It's called Hoa. I didn't quite get the opening on stream here, but basically this little triangle tyke here floated over here to this grassy area on this leaf, and then the title came up. So now you're all caught up. And it said use A and D to move left and right. And jump. A lot of bumblebees. Huh? Look who's here. You are back finally. Yep. Some really beautiful art in this game. Can I move you over here? Come on, snail friend. There you go. Whoa. Oh, hey. Let's go up here together. Oh, I have to stay close to you for you to follow me. If I run too far ahead. Oh, you stop. It's beautiful music. You wanted to know about what happened? You should see the chief. You should see the chief. It's up ahead, but it's not easy getting to him. Try going up that branch and see the larvas. Maybe they can help you. You mean these larvas? Oh, those are mushrooms. Branch. Hi, my name is Bouncy. Oh, I wonder what you do. Jump on my back if you don't believe me. Whoa. Buy me dinner first. New map unlocked. Okay, so I'm the little red hat. That snail thing up to the left does not look so nice. That metal thing up there is rather mean. He kicks everyone he sees. Whoa. Hey. Let's not, bud. Okay, I've revealed some sort of collectible, maybe? Butterfly following you carries the energy of our world. Collect them. They will be useful for you later. Whoops. This is pretty chill. You know, so far I'm not seeing any health bar. Her Majesty is right up ahead, but she's in deep slumber. To wake her up, you need to light up the sacred engraving. I can take you there. Jump on my back. Okay, so that star must be the sacred. Yep. Yep. Great. Is it in here? Yes. Okay. Ominously silent. Wait, there's a guy over here. Others help you jump higher. I help you jump further. Alright. Cool, I guess. Okay. Blast me over here. So as long as I get near the engraving. Uh-oh. The bounce queen has fallen off her perch. Oh. They're caterpillars turning into butterflies. Okay, so I can't get up to that other exit yet. So back to her. I want to see the queen. I would like to see the queen. Oh, hey. Oh, you got nothing to say? Okay. It really is you. Your family and I, we used to be so close. I even witnessed your birth. After what happened, I didn't think I would be able to see you again. Turn that music down slightly. Do you need my help with anything, dear? Ah, the old beetle? To get to him, you must be able to jump twice in a row. I can help you, but I need some energy first. Yep, those butterflies. Can you help me collect 5 of them, dear? The way you keep saying dear, kind of patronizing. So there's one over here. This branch over here is about to break. Okay. Somewhere in here, way up at the top. Okay. We've got 3 butterflies now. No other way out of here? Nope. No fall damage. Pretty sweet. All right. Looking for, they're up there. More butterflies. Oh wait, I couldn't get farther up here before. Could I? Has something changed? Oh, wait, this... Whoops. I was trying to think the other day, like, what I'm enjoying about this project, and having played video games for like, I don't know, 35 years now, 35 years, what it tells me about being a video game player or anything. I was trying to think of if playing video games is like a language, kind of like learning a language. Because there are things like side scrollers here that I feel like if I gave my wife or someone else who doesn't play video games a lot, just put them down in front of a side scroller, even with tutorials, there's like some like ingrown knowledge there that she wouldn't have. There's just something about like, I boot this up, I see that it's a side-scrolling game, and I already know the basics, like opening up a book where I speak the language, and I'm like, oh yes, I read left to right, I know the vocabulary here, I know it's probably gonna like describe scenes I'm supposed to visualize, and in quotation marks you've got dialogue, and these breakers between chapters mean, you know, different chunks of the plot or something. So there's something about playing video games for so long where even opening up a game like this that I've never played before, I get it. It's like, oh, it's a side scroller. Or yesterday, I was replaying Disco Elysium, but playing an RPG like that, it's just like, oh yes, you see dialogue, you press enter to advance the dialogue. You have a cursor and a little guy on the screen, so you click the cursor and he goes there. There are little things that are highlighted. You click them and you interact with them. So I was kind of playing with this idea that, like, it is kind of knowing a language, playing enough video games. And even if something is different or new, you've never played it before, you come in with that base of knowledge. And I have played some games on this project so far that have flummoxed me a little bit. Like, what was it, Unity of Command, or there was some war game that I played where it brought in a lot of things from wargaming that I did not understand, like managing supply lines and fatigue points and that kind of thing, whereas like a lot of 4X games and tactical games, I do understand the basic knowledge, but something that comes more from a tradition of war games that I have not played, I was at a loss still. So I still understood, like, oh, you move around the map with the WASD keys, and you click units to activate them or select them. But some of the other mechanics I didn't get. Where am I going? Am I going the right way to get back to, yeah. Went off on a tangent there. But yeah, is learning to play video games over the years like learning a language? Beyond, like, this says 5 butterflies, it's time to learn a new skill. I know that language, but the mechanics of the games, even when they're very different across genres and games, no. Be kind to the old beetle. He saved your life, you know. Double jump. Ooh, and I do a little spin too. Nice. So maybe it's like reading or language, but I don't know, maybe it's also like there are certain genres of novel, like going more specific, where if I'm reading a mystery novel, normally I know there's going to be like, oh, this is the basic plot. You're going to meet the detective first, and then you're going to, here's where you find out about the crime, and here's where he's doing clues, and about halfway through the novel there's going to be a twist, and then at the very end there's probably going to be some sort of parlor scene, or him going back to his, you know, his chief, and he knows lays out what happened in the crime. Maybe it's more like that, where like, oh, I've played the genre of side-scroller Metroidvania types of games before, so I know following the map to resources, I know where you're going to learn new skills, and then they'll take you back to other places, and you'll get to places you haven't made it to before. Is this the beetle? Okay, the engravings are the stars. Or film genres. I think you see certain genres or certain, like I think it was Hitchcock talked about, oh, this is what you need to do in a film for Americans because they expect, if it was Hitchcock who said, like, in American films or in like European films, you can have a shot of a cloud, then another shot of a cloud, then another shot of a cloud. Whereas if it's an American film, you have a shot of a cloud, and then in the second shot you need to have a plane, and then in the third shot, if you don't see a bomb on the plane, you've lost the audience because they aren't interested anymore. I don't know if that's less like language, and I guess like knowing genre conventions again. Maybe that's what you get from being a long time video game player. Like when this game opened, like it's a side scroller, a 2D platformer. I know from the start that I'm probably going to have to go right. I'm going to encounter something like this, and I know, oh, I'm going to need to jump over it. So I feel like those are the sort of things that maybe like someone who hasn't played video games before might not understand. Ooh, there's one engraving. I don't spend any butterflies or anything. They just light up when I get near them. Is this the beetle? Like this big monolith rock looking thing? Is it actually the beetle I'm trying to wake up? Whoa! I like this, how the camera is zooming out. You're seeing the size of this place more and more. God, what's it remind me of? I feel like there was some other game I played recently. That had a similar, like, it shows you scale by, you don't realize it's going to zoom out, and then it's zooming out more and more. Oh, whichever one I'm on top of. Oh, I have some kind of light inside me. I see. That's what lights up the engravings. Okay, some more leaf jumping. Could also liken it to genres of music, maybe, is the way that experience and knowledge helps you connect with things. Because I'm a big fan of, is he gonna follow me? I'm a big fan of like jazz music, including a lot of like really more experimental stuff. What am I supposed to do here? I can't get through there. And when you listen to jazz, if you've only listened to pop music, I think am I missing something up here? I think it can be kind of hard to wrap your head around because in pop music you have like intro, verse, chorus, verse, chorus, verse, chorus, maybe a bridge, chorus, and it's done, right? can't light him up. I'm missing something. And in jazz, you'll have like chorus, essentially the head or the melody of it. And then you'll have a bunch of solo sections where people just improvise, and you'll occasionally go back to the head of the song. Sometimes there'll be a bridge, sometimes there won't. Sometimes you'll end with the chorus, sometimes you won't. And listening to that, if you're expecting, you know, what you think of as music to be different, then like, can I get by over here? Then you're like, what am I listening to? This is boring. Like, I don't know what to sing along to. What part am I supposed to like know, so to speak? Because it's all improvised, nothing's consistent. But the more you learn about what they're doing with improvised music and what they're trying to accomplish, I guess, the more it makes sense. And I think that, you know, these different genres of games, like, everybody's played games before. You've played like tic-tac-toe and, you know, peekaboo when you're a kid. A lot of people play Monopoly, that kind of stuff. So, like, understand the concept, poker, of like a game with objectives where you can take certain actions and there are rules. That is the beetle there. So certain genres of games, like a side scroller, you can go to and you understand how it works. And other genres you might try for the first time and you don't get. Maybe it's more like that. Is that really you? You've grown so much. Back then, we tried to hold them back for you guys to get away. Your family took you to the rock tribe. To get to their kingdom, you need to be able to push heavy things. Bring me 5 butterflies and I can teach you. They're all over the place. Can I jump up? Nope. Oh, now that I've grown both of these, maybe? Oh, I have to... Aha. There's one. Okay, I'm up to 3 butterflies. There's another one down here. That must be where I have to push heavy things to get through. The other butterfly, I gotta go way back. Should have grabbed this before. Sorry, pal. This is really, yeah, the music. I just keep coming back to the music in this game is just stunning. And the art's really beautiful. There are so many games now, especially AAA games, where like how big they are is like the most important thing. Whoops. It seems to be. And you can have, you know, big games that are also beautiful. Like, I think Red Dead Redemption 2, pretty beautiful game. I think Elden Ring is not my style game really, but it's huge and there's a lot in it. But there are also games like Starfield, I think, the Bethesda game, where it's big. They're like, oh, you can go to all these planets, but it's kind of, when I played it, it was just kind of boring. Like, there's not a whole lot to see or do on those planets. All right, what am I bumping into here? And, you know, there are games where they're really leaning into like procedural generation and that kind of stuff, to be able to create these huge worlds, but they're too big for them to really be like, for everything in them to be interesting. Like, oh, you've got all this space you can wander around where there's nothing to do. I played Star Wars Outlaws when it came out last year. It feels very Star Warsy, and there are a lot of things to do, but there are also like huge sections where you're going across like Tatooine on your speeder bike, and there's nothing there. And it's just, why is this part of the game here, where it's like, to show that the game is big, you're going to have this big space where nothing is happening and there's nothing interesting, just to show that like, oh, but you had to go across all this space to get somewhere. That's all to say, this is a game where like every piece of it is clearly, hold L, like handcrafted. Go through that tunnel there to get to the Rock Kingdom. Push that block in, you'll be able to get to them. All the best, my dear. Everyone calling me dear. It's a little patronizing. So, I don't know, I was thinking about this and I wrote some stuff about it when I was playing Avowed, which I've heard a lot of game critics say, like, it's not as big as Starfield, but since it's smaller and more handcrafted, like, everywhere you go in it, something interesting is happening. So, like, is that better? Maybe? Isn't that better? To have like a game that is big for the sake of being big and feels big, but there's nothing in it. Or a game that's smaller and, you know, I feel like on the GTA and Red Dead games, that part of the like selling points of it are like, oh, there's this many square miles, or it takes this long to get from this side of the map to the other. You can't say that about a smaller game, but there's more interesting stuff in it, and you get to it quicker. So, I don't know. That's the vibe I'm getting from this game. Like, it's clearly on rails, classic Metroidvania side-scroller style, but every bit of it looks very handcrafted and beautiful. Hi there, are you the fairy the chief keeps talking about? Can you push me to that cloud of light? Go into the light. Oh, you got little leaf wings. That's cool. Okay, I'm in the Rock Kingdom. And I think that's where I'm going to stop, but that's Hoa. I've kept like a running commentary of how I feel about it. Beautiful, intuitive, great music. It seems like, I don't think it's like, doesn't seem to be breaking the mold at all for Metroidvanias I've played, but cool game. So, that is Hoa. Come back tomorrow to see what game I end up playing